Ever get this, like, kind of nagging feeling like you're missing out on something big, like everyone else is in on some cosmic joke, doing this incredible dance, and you just kind of forgot the steps?
I know, right?
Well, today we're diving into Tim Keller, who thinks he's found the answer. And get this, it's in Christianity. He calls it a divine dance, something woven into, well, everything. We asked you about chapter 14 from his book, The Reason for God. So let's unpack it. You're obviously wrestling with the biggies here. What's life's purpose? Why are we even here? Keller seems to think Christianity holds the answers, and his argument all comes back to, you guessed it, the Trinity. Can you break it down for us? How does he use that to explain, well, everything?
So the Trinity,
Yeah.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. You probably heard it before, right?
Huh.
Now, what Keller does is he takes this idea, which, let's be honest, can sound a bit, heavy, and he makes it, surprisingly, something we can all relate to.
Okay.
He says, forget just some theological brain teaser. The Trinity, it's like the instruction manual for how the universe works.
True. Okay, now you got my attention.
He describes it as this, eternally alive dance of self-giving love happening right there within God's very being.
So not some distant old guy in the sky, then?
No, not at all. Think more like this dynamic, interconnected community where joy, it doesn't come from getting stuff, but from giving it away.
Okay, I'm kind of digging this so far.
But here's the kicker, this whole divine dance inside the Trinity. Keller says it's not stuck up in heaven somewhere. It's the blueprint for our lives and for the whole universe.
Whoa, so you're saying creation itself, it's like this overflowing act of love.
That's exactly.
That's powerful stuff. But then you look around and see all the messiness, conflict, pain, suffering. How does Keller fit that into this whole divine dance idea? That's what always trips me up.
Right. Well, Keller uses this dance analogy to explain where things kind of went off the rails. Imagine God creates this amazing dance floor, invites us all in. And for a while, it's pure magic, right? But then we humans, we think, hey, we should be the center of attention.
Because of course we do.
Exactly. We want to call the shots, even though we have no clue about the choreography.
Oh, I've been there, stepping all over someone's toes.
And that's where things fall apart, right? Like trying to
Right.
waltz, like death metal.
That-
Something's got to give.
Yeah.
According to Keller, this is the fall. We step out of sync with the divine dance, and it all goes haywire. Relationships are a mess. Creation suffers. We feel isolated, in pain.
Ugh, yeah. It's like that feeling of being totally out of sync, like you're missing something crucial, but you don't even know what it is.
And it impacts everything. But here's the good news, the part that gives me chills. Keller doesn't leave us stranded on that dance floor, desperately trying to remember the steps. That's where Jesus comes in.
Okay, so Jesus walks in. Does he just, hit reset on the entire universe?
Not quite. This is where Keller gets really interesting. He says, Jesus is like the ultimate dance partner.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
The one who knows every step perfectly. He
Wow.
walks right into the chaos, right?
Yeah.
And shows us how to move with this self-giving love, even when it's hard, even when it hurts.
So he's not just fixing things from afar. He's right there on the dance floor with us.
Exactly. For Keller, Jesus isn't some distant figure. He's the ultimate example of what it means to be part of this divine dance, to live with this self-giving love, even when it means sacrifice.
Wow.
It's like he's the lead dancer, in inviting us to follow his lead, learn the steps to a whole different kind of dance. And through Jesus, Keller argues, we can find our way back to that rhythm of the universe, that flow of the original divine dance.
So instead of obsessing over our own steps, trying to be the star of the show, Keller's saying we need to focus
How's this?
on him, yeah. Let him lead us back to something way bigger, way more beautiful than we can even imagine on our own. You know what? I think he might be onto something. What do you think?
It's like he's saying all that longing we feel, for something more, something real, something good. It's not a mistake. It's by design. We were literally made for this love dance that reflects the deepest part of God.
Okay, I love that image, but how do we actually live that out? Day to day, it's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind, Forget you're even supposed to be dancing, let alone remember the steps.
Keller would say it starts with getting love right. Not the cheesy Hallmark version, but the kind that's happening within the Trinity itself.
Okay, so we're not just talking about romantic love or even family love.
Right, those can be, beautiful reflections. He's talking about something way deeper. It's a posture of the heart, a way of moving through the world where giving comes before taking.
So less what's in it for me and
Wow.
more.
How can I contribute? Exactly.
Give instead of getting.
Yeah.
In a world obsessed
Right.
with getting. Wow.
And this goes for all relationships, your spouse, your kids, Even the person making your latte. It's about putting their needs first, even when it's inconvenient, even when it means sacrificing your own comfort.
That's tough. It feels counterintuitive, especially these days when everyone's talking about self-care, boundaries. It's like Keller's saying, sure, take care of yourself, but don't forget to save someone else a dance.
Right, it's radical.
Mm.
But Keller argues that's where the true joy is, the real deal. It doesn't come from drawing lines in the sand. It comes from pouring yourself out for others.
Losing yourself to find yourself. That's a tough one to wrap your head around.
It is, but it's not just some self-help thing, right? He takes it right back to the heart of Christianity, to Jesus' sacrifice on the cross.
Right.
The cross, it's not just a religious symbol for Keller. It shows us how reality itself works. It's the ultimate picture of self-giving love, someone laying down their life for another.
And you see that echoed everywhere, don't you? If you really look.
All over. The way ecosystems depend on each other. A mama bear, fiercely protecting her cubs. Even our own capacity for empathy, for compassion. It's like this hidden message running through everything. True fulfillment, it comes from giving, not taking.
Maybe that's why we feel so messed up when we get it backwards. Like we're trying to dance to a song that's off key. It's like we've all bought into this idea that, someone always has to be the star, right? But Keller's over here saying, what if the real magic happens when we kill the spotlight, when we're more about lifting each other up?
It's a complete paradigm shift.
Totally. And that actually makes me think about something else that really stuck with me from Keller. It's not just about how we treat each other, right? It's about how we treat everything, the whole world. What are your thoughts on that?
One of the things I find so refreshing about Keller is that he doesn't see the material world as this inherently bad thing or something we just have to, endure until we get to the good part.
Yeah.
He doesn't see this harsh separation between the spiritual and the physical. He sees the physical world as another expression of God's love, another player in this cosmic dance.
When you really think about it, right, the sheer beauty of everything, the way it all works from the smallest, tiniest atom to the vastness of space, it's mind-blowing. And saying it's all just some, accident feels kind of sad, doesn't it?
It loses its wonder,
Yeah.
And Keller, he draws a lot on Jonathan Edwards, who saw creation itself as this act of overflowing love.
Overflowing.
God just bursting with joy created this whole universe just to share that joy, to invite everything into this dance.
Wow.
And we're talking the mountains, the oceans, the stars, the planets, even the tiniest little bug,
Yeah.
we're all in this together, spinning and twirling to this music of existence.
Okay, so then how do we fit into all that? Are we just along for the ride?
That's where it gets even cooler.
Yeah.
Keller says that the way we treat the environment, how we care for creation, it's all part of the dance.
We're not just watching from the sidelines.
No way.
Right.
We're active participants. We're learning the steps. And part of that is figuring out how to move in harmony with creation, how to respect it, appreciate its beauty, not just use it up for our own gain.
So it's about more than just recycling and stuff, although obviously that's important.
It is, but this is bigger than that. It's about recognizing that everything has value. The tiniest insect, the tallest tree.
We're not just dancing on the earth.
We're dancing with it.
Yeah.
And all our steps, they matter. They have consequences.
And we're seeing those consequences play out right now, right? With climate change, pollution, it's the whole dance is getting offbeat.
Exactly. And Keller, he really believes that the only way to fix it, to heal the world and stop the suffering, is to remember how to dance with creation.
So it's not about escaping to heaven when it's all over. It's about healing this world.
Redeeming it. Restoring that original divine dance in all its fullness.
It's like he's saying, hey, this isn't the end. The music hasn't stopped. We just got to find our rhythm again, which honestly, that's a pretty amazing thought when you really let it sink in.
It really is. And what I love about Keller is that he takes these huge, complex ideas and makes them feel, doable, understandable.
He doesn't shy away from the hard stuff, that's for sure. But he always brings you back to hope, to beauty, to this incredible dance that's been going on since, forever.
It's a pretty compelling invitation, don't you think?
Totally. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listener to walk away with? If they only remember one thing from Keller, what should it be?
That you are not alone on the dance floor. You are a part of something so much bigger, something ancient and beautiful and pulsing with life. And even if you've messed up the steps, even if you feel totally lost, there's grace. There's always a way back to the rhythm. Just listen for the music. Let it lead you.
Beautifully said. Always love getting to chat with you, expert speaker. And to you, our listener, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the amazing mind of Tim Keller. We'll leave you with this. If the universe really is this dance of love, what small step can you take today, right now, to join in?